So hello and welcome to I Watch the Internet Evolve, where we ask questions of people involved in the computer industry and learn a bit about how they perceive the internet evolve. My name is Greg Hancock, and today I'm here with Dave Koster.
Howdy.
Of?
I'm a man of leisure.
Of Tucson, Arizona. We're going to start by asking a couple questions about how you first experienced computers and then how it actually turned into the internet and how that went on.
Right.
So when was the first time that you actually touched a computer, and what kind of computer was it?
It was 1977, and it was an Altair that my dad and I built.
An Altair?
Yeah, from a kit that we ordered from the back of a magazine. I mean, literally ordered a kit from the back of a magazine, and we kind of father and son put it together.
Soldering?
Yeah,
everything,
the whole 9 yards. And we got it up and running, and you had to boot toggle it. There were switches on the front that you had to boot in sequence, and yeah, it was awesome.
What did you do with it?
Actually, we had a printer.
Fancy calculator?
It was for a while, yeah. But then my dad got a subscription to Byte magazine. And they had Altairs ran on CPM, and so we had some CPM programs in it. And the first one that I ever programmed was printing out Spock onto a daisy wheel printer.
Nice. So it's like a bunch of asterisks that make a face.
Right. And the second one was Star Trek, one of the original Star Trek grid-based games. And so you kind of had to keep track in your head because there was no monitor. We didn't have a monitor interface card. So every couple turns, I'd make a move, and then every couple turns, we'd print out what the grid looked like.
Wow, because you didn't even display it on the screen, huh? There was no screen.
There was no screen. Later we got a screen. Later we got an 8-inch floppy, and oh man, 8-inch floppies were.
I still remember at AOL when you first got the first Pentium 2.
Yeah.
And we're like, he's a god! All right. When was the first time you actually owned a computer, and how did you get it? Now, I understand you built the Altair with your father. When's the first time you bought one for you?
It was an Atari 1040 ST. Was the first one that I bought with my own money. I worked my ass off for that. Because this was before, I had a job or anything.
Right.
I used to do yard work, and I had a paper route and all this other stuff. And I bought an Atari 1040 ST because, and only because, it had built-in MIDI. And I was a musician. So that was cool as shit.
Did you have a keyboard you could plug into it and stuff like that?
I already had. I had a Roland Juno 10 and a couple Moogs and a Jupiter. I want to say a Jupiter 7, I think, back then. And the Rolands were all MIDI capable, so I could do the sequencing on. And this is when Cubase was around.
I remember Cubase.
It's
a good Mac program.
Well, it was a good Atari program.
I bet.
And so, I did a lot of music and stuff on the Atari, and also, games.
Yeah, that's
Atari.
That's the way to hook you in there, definitely. All right. So, what's the first job you had which required you to use a computer? And that could be a cash register.
Nope. AOL.
AOL, huh?
That was my first real job.
Yeah, mine too.
Yeah, and when we started, as you know, I mean, all we were supposed to be doing was answering email, and then
for Steve Case.
and then I think you and I got put on Steve Case mail. Not just normal mail, but on Steve Case mail.
Him.
Yep, and then from there to the help desk, from there to network ops. Yeah.
All right, so when's the first time that you actually got online, and how did you? Was it a BBS? Was it AOL?
It was actually in 6th grade. My teacher, Mr. Kent, at Tankerverde High School, or Tankerverde Elementary School, brought in a computer because his brother worked for Wang. brought in a Wang touch screen computer. This is
yeah, far above its time. Yeah,
I mean, this is in the era of TRS-80 Model 1s. And here's this, dummy terminal with a touch screen on it. And they dial into the ARPANET, and they have all these educational programs and whatnot.
Wow.
That was the first time that I connected to ARPANET.
Good
It was in
teacher.
6th grade. Oh, yeah.
Nice. So when was the first time that your job required you to have internet access? Now, I know you might say AOL here, but AOL wasn't really internet until later down the road.
Right.
When we started introducing.
But I was still working there, so AOL it was.
AOL it was. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's the way all of us really kind of got started. Okay, what did you not see coming in the computer internet industry?
Big data.
Big data. Can you elaborate on that?
The era of Google knowing everything you do, Apple knowing everything you do. They can take your purchases and decide how safe a driver you are. They can take how aggressive driver you are and see what kind of stuff you are likely to buy.
Yeah, if it should take you 10 minutes to get from point A to point B and you get there in 5,
Right.
insurance companies
they
want to know that
because,
information.
I mean, because you have your cell phone on you, and cell phones are just tracking devices that happen to be able to make calls. The era of big data, I did not see coming at all.
Yeah, I didn't see the Big Brother aspect of it either.
It's Big Brother, but everybody's Big Brother. I mean, Google's Big Brother, Apple's Big Brother, Amazon's Big Brother.
Amazon and Google, I'll go with you there. Apple is Big Brother, but they're not tracking everything you do to try and sell you something new or to try and market advertising to you.
But you know that they're tracking everything that you do, and they're putting that data is valuable.
Yeah.
It is extraordinarily valuable. There's already sort of implications where the food that you buy at a store could indicate that you're a higher risk for.
Because you're buying the fatty hamburger instead of the lean hamburger.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you eating a lot of fast food? Okay. Your big data says that you're at an increased risk of heart disease, that sort of thing.
Wow, that's a neat way of thinking about it too.
Yeah, it's really the correlations between all the stuff, and believe me, they're looking at all the correlations between, like I said, just disparate things like where you live, how fast you drive, determines. Statistics say
risk or not risk,
right?
Yeah.
You're more
or level of risk.
You're more likely to do this, or you're more likely to buy this, and if you live in a place, drive a certain way, and buy a certain thing, that means you're really more likely to either already own this product or be looking for this product. Big data, I did not see coming.
Excellent. So how do you think that the computer internet is going to change in the next 10 to 20 years?
Are we done?
No, we're good.
Okay. I don't think it is. I think it will continue to. I think we've passed the era of innovation, really.
You don't think much is going to change in the next 10 to 20 years? What about VR and 3D printing?
We've already got that. It's already
going to get
here.
more refined.
Yeah, it's just going to be refined. I mean, we've already. I own an Oculus. I own a 3D printer.
I was talking with this about Scott, the fact that 3D printers are amazing. He's talking about, they're using them to print medical things now. They can print cells, they can print all different kinds of things. And I think about, in the space shuttle, they needed a wrench or they were going to all die. But they had a 3D printer on board. They sent them the schematics, they printed it out, they were able to go up and open that valve that they couldn't open any other way.
Yeah.
It's just, if you need it, you can get it if you have that.
Right, and
early replicators.
It's prototype replicators, and I've got a laser printer, a laser cutter on the way that I kickstarted like years ago, and they're finally starting to ship now. But yeah, that stuff is here already for consumers. I mean, I'm not like some business or whatever that needs all this stuff. I was just that's neat. I'll pick up VR. That's neat. I'll pick up 3D printing. And it was like hundreds of dollars, not thousands or tens of thousands.
And it wasn't. It was tens of thousands not long ago. Now you can get a good printer for like $400.
Well, I remember back in the AOL days, I bought the virtual I/O glasses, and they were 320 by 200.
I remember you having those, and they'd like the shutters. They had shutters in them, right? That would
320 by 200 display, and it was $1,800. I bought my Oculus for $399.
Wow.
And it is night and day. It's so incredible.
All right, one last question. What's your favorite thing to eat? Tacos. Every Tuesday for me. Awesome. Thanks, Dave. Do you have anything else you want to add?
No, that was a great interview.
Fantastic. Thank you.